Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
We're both
Look at
wearing
our
like
t-shirts.
Solid, we're wearing like solid black.
Black is better.
Oh my gosh.
Deep in the heart of Texas, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio where we teach children to play the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's right.
Which is not weird at all. All right, and we like to answer questions, which is what we're doing today. Another episode of Ask RNA. Let's get to the questions. All right, welcome back, guys and gals.
Yes.
And yeah, it's time for another episode of Ask RNA. This is 289. I remembered this time. 289er episodes of us asking questions, answering questions.
Yes. And
Sometimes
asking
asking
some questions.
Sometimes we ask them back. Yeah, so excited. You probably didn't watch the finished video from last week because you lived it. But there were clips. I put in clips about the beard questions. Went way back, way back. And there were clips of me with baby goatee, no beard.
Oh, yeah.
Like 6-month beard. And
Baby.
there weren't very many comments about that. Like, wow, look what Ryan looks like without a beard. They probably weren't watching. They were probably just listening.
Right. Dadgummit.
Whatever. All right. But anyways, if you are new here, we have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio in small town East Texas. You've probably never heard of it. You probably never have.
Yes.
Even though it is world famous. World famous.
There's a Canton in almost every state.
Yeah.
So.
Not Canton, Ohio. Not Ohio.
Not
Texas.
Minnesota. Not Missouri. Not Alabama. Not Mississippi.
Not Arkansas.
Not Florida. Not Massachusetts.
Not Nevada.
And Wyoming and Utah.
Or California. Or Alaska.
And I think there's a Canton, Washington or something like that.
Oh, there's a Canton everywhere, probably.
Yeah, there it is.
We're in Canton, Texas. And this is what we do. We teach music to youngsters and oldsters alike.
And midsters.
And midsters. And we also sell some guitars now and then.
Yeah.
Occasionally, we sell some guitars. Sometimes custom guitars. Occasionally. That was amazing.
Right?
That was fantastic.
I mean, I think it should trend and become a new word.
Occasionally.
Yes.
I really want an acacia. Can I get one this year?
No.
Oh, crap. Okay. Anyways, this is what we do. Once a week, we answer questions from people around the world. And this is pretty, this is actually one of my favorite videos to make. I love making these videos.
I do too.
Because I like you.
You're all right.
Yeah.
I think I'll keep you.
Thank you. It has been 21 years.
You're welcome.
Has it been 21?
I thought you needed that.
We're about to hit 22.
Yes. Yeah.
I get confused after a couple decades they run together.
In next month, it'll be 24 years together.
Since first date.
24 years.
First date anniversary, 24 years ago.
We're going to have to do something next year for our silver, because 25 is silver anniversary.
You should get a guitar, and I should get a guitar.
No, I should get my dream ukulele.
You should. Absolutely.
That would be
All right.
Ukes for Ange.
Ukes for Ange. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. All you old timers, where you've been with us a while, go ahead, thumbs up down there because we need it. Get ready, get them comment. We need to get them comment fingers rolling. If you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the bell. You're notified of all 1 or 2 of our videos that will come out eventually. All right. Anyways. Oh, and if you want some swaggity swag like this T-shirt, you can get it down below in our Teespring store.
Like this one.
Like this one. Like these ones.
Yes.
We do have some swaggity swag if you want to go get that. Link down in the description. And let's get to the first question.
Okay.
First question. Mr. LD. Angela,
Ooh.
how much would you charge to knit me one of those beanies like Ryan's?
Ooh.
$450? Sorry, couldn't resist. Get the lead out. Hashtag get the lead out. First of all, Mr. LD, this is not knit. It's not even knit. It's crochet.
That is the truth.
This is a crochet.
I mean, it would have to take a lot more than $450 for me to knit a beanie because I am not a knitter and it confuses my brain.
You were saying.
I was like, where do I start?
Freaking road noise outside. We're trying, you know.
No, it's like knitting is a whole nother beast, but knitting. Yeah, they're only $25.
25. I thought it was 35.
They're $25.
25
because
plus shipping.
Literally it takes me about an hour, and that's about how much I charge anyways an hour. You know. So.
And you got to pay shipping.
And you have to pay shipping.
Not free shipping.
For the beanies, they're $7 to ship. The headbands are $4 to ship.
So you're looking like $32.
Yeah.
32 buccarinos.
Yes.
Specify if you have a man-sized head.
Right.
Or a child-sized head.
Right, because
it goes gargantuan-sized head.
Teen, female, adult, and male adult.
And giant male adult.
You know, and then you have like extra large craniums.
This one actually is a little big.
Yeah.
But I think it's stretched out over the years.
Yes, it has stretched out over the years because it will do that. And the more you place it on your head and wash it, and there's all kinds of things that happen with knit material.
I don't know how many times I've washed this. Probably not enough. Will it shrink? Does it shrink when you wash it?
It might a little bit, but right now I don't think so.
Because it's not cotton. So, yeah. It's not 100%.
No, it's
cotton.
acrylic.
It's acrylic, so it probably won't shrink.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. We were talking about
that $450.
We were talking about your spouse letting you get guitars last week.
Yeah.
$450. All right. That was the first question. Announcement.
Yes.
We're going to do a few new things this week. Special announcement.
Okay.
One of our students released an album today.
That's right.
What? She dropped a freaking album.
An album
of 12 songs. I'm so excited. I was so proud. She came in and told me, she said, guess what I did?
Stinking proud of her.
She does. We have an assignment.
Amazing.
Every 3 weeks, she has to write and release a song. She does it on YouTube. We've put links down below. Some of y'all have gone and checked out her songs.
And videos.
Because the quickest, easiest way to put something out there is just put it up in a YouTube video. So she's been doing that, and apparently she has 13 songs out now.
Right.
On the album she only put out 12. So they're all the ones that she created in 2020. Mm-hmm. And she used DistroKid, which I have recommended to her to use DistroKid. I have a DistroKid account. I haven't released anything yet. But I think DistroKid was actually the very first company that did a sponsored content video with us a while back.
Yeah.
Super nice. And a lot of my buddies use DistroKid to release their music out to the universe. Yeah. So I told Kaylin to do that, and she did. She came in today, said, release my album, upload it. It's already on iTunes. I'm like, what? What? So I went and checked. Sure enough, she has her whole album on iTunes. I bought it.
Yes.
I bought the whole thing for $9.99, 12 songs.
Right.
I'm like, we're going to buy you first.
Doing this.
We are the first buyer of her album.
Of course. And I told her when she makes $1 bajillion.
Yeah, we want maybe like 3%. 3% of $1 bajillion.
Yeah. That'd be great.
We could retire probably.
We could do something.
But I'm going to put a link down in the description of this video. I guess I'll put a link to maybe her iTunes, the thing for her album. If you want to go check it out, of course, you can always listen to it. I think it's going to be on Spotify and all the other platforms. But if you want to purchase it, probably go through iTunes. You can do that.
Yeah.
Listen to it. It's very chill music. It's not really guitar driven. But it's good for like studying music too, or relaxing. Like if you got a stressful day and you want to relax. Yeah. Very ambient kind of soundtracky sort of stuff. Super cool. I'm super proud of her for doing it. So it's called What If I'm Dreaming, right? What If I'm Dreaming is the name of the album, and
we'll put it here.
Yeah, and the artist is Lucent K, Lucent. I thought she said lucid. I'm like, lucid? That's cool. So, no, Lucent. Okay, so we'll put all that. Go check it out if you feel compelled to purchase the album to support a young musician trying to get the stuff out there. Go ahead, or even just buy one single, whatever, or just listen to it, stream it, show your support.
And then probably go back to her most recent video and let her know, because I don't know how well the comments will flow underneath.
I'll also put a link to her most recent video for her YouTube channel, because DistroKid will put your stuff up. DistroKid will create a separate YouTube channel just to put the music up there.
Right.
Well, she already has a channel with the actual music videos she created, so I'll put that down below. You guys go check that out. Her name is Kaylin. We're super proud of her. Like, I realized this is our first student to release a freaking album.
Second.
Who was the first?
Brianna.
No. Not really.
Okay.
They did an EP, but it's not on. You couldn't find it on Spotify.
Oh yes, that's true.
We have a student who recorded an EP with a band.
Okay.
And then I was like 2 weeks later,
Brianna.
2 weeks later, their band fell apart. Okay. I mean, there is a CD.
Yes.
But like, if you don't have a physical copy of that CD, you're not gonna get it. Like, it's not streaming or
Okay, so yes, technically Kaylin is the first.
Go check it out.
Way to go, Kaylin.
Yeah, we're really proud of her. It's so awesome. I'm like, hashtag, how's your album coming? That's what I told her. Like, me and my buddies have a joke because our albums aren't coming along as fast as Kaylin's entire freaking record. Like, she released a record. We're still working on a stupid single. But go Kaylin. Kids don't have time.
Right. So I was like, well,
I'm just busy running an empire and mowing the yard and paying taxes. But whatever.
Whatever.
So that was the announcement of the day.
Yay.
Now we're on to, we have a new segment. I decided today we're going to have a new segment. It's called Comment of the Day.
Comment of the Day. Yeah. Comment of the Day.
Yeah, we're going to make a little song for that.
Okay.
And you're going to have to sing that.
Okay.
Because we get questions, obviously we read the questions, but there's also a bajillion comments that come along too. Sometimes I like them. Sometimes I delete them. But
we should add like ugly comment of the day.
We should. Well, that's what. That's
and make it like screamo. Like just be like.
That is the thing. A lot of YouTubers are like, here's this jerk face. Let me read you.
I don't want to be like jerk face. It's just like
Yeah.
And we have this like 1950s mom going like this, or a picture of me doing this, and they're like, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, and then do that one.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. Well, today's comment of the day comes from Sinner's Dwarf. Not a question. It says, not sure if you're aware, but you guys are trendsetters. I've seen 2 other YouTubers introduce a variation of your secret hashtag to show you made it to the end of the video.
Ooh.
That kind of gives it away for all the early folks now, but we play a little game. If you've never played this game with RNA Music, we have a little game we like to play.
Yeah.
And that if you make it to the very end of this video, we throw out a little super secret something or another that you're not going to know unless you watch the entire thing.
Right.
Or possibly read the comments. People don't read all comments. Some people just watch videos. I mean, I watch videos and I don't
never read comments.
I don't necessarily scroll through the comments.
A hot topic.
Yeah. But turns out, apparently, and we've been doing this for a while.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know when we started doing that. I forgot how it even came up. Because we were always throwing around hashtag say this or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
because it all stemmed from us watching Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake doing their, I'm making some cookies and with some hashtag oatmeal cookies with the hashtag delicious. It's hashtag with chocolate chips, but I like hashtag cinnamon. And they had like this whole like thing where they were talking hashtag and they were doing
they were talking in hashtags.
Yes, it was hilarious. So we started doing the hashtag, and that was like 3 years ago.
It was a while back. Like and then some of the RNA Music viewers started doing hashtag KTMA. They started throwing out hashtags.
Yes, I can't remember who was the actual first person.
I think it was Scott, but Honer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it was Scott. Honer.
So yeah. Well, they started because we started Keep the Music Alive,
and
then someone shortened it with KTMA, and we're like,
because we were always saying Keep the Music Alive, and he said hashtag KTMA. I'm like, what's KTMA?
Is that a radio station?
Keep the Music Alive. Oh, brilliant. I find it super awesome how things will just happen randomly on either from the viewers or something we'll say or whatever, and then it turns into a thing.
Right.
Like the leg slap.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't have said that, dude.
Shouldn't have said anything, jerk.
And then something was birthed.
Yeah.
Even like the Metallica references or something about you, and it wasn't like a negative comment. It was just somebody commenting about the Metallica thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And you were like, yeah.
I just said yeah. But you do that all the time. You're like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get sure from Cougar Town.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I didn't know where that was from.
Yeah, that's Ellie, the one who's like the mean one.
Mm-hmm. Who's the mean one?
The girl that used to be on the TV show Scrubs.
I don't know that one.
On Cougar Town. Mm-hmm. Jay Bird's best friend.
Okay.
Who has the bald husband, and she's always in the window saying, "Hey, Jay Bird."
I can't picture it. Is that the blonde one?
No, the other one, the cynical friend. And anyways, whenever they did something stupid, she was like, "Sure." That tickled me, and I've used it ever since. That's been like 5 years ago.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
like slap out of it. That's another thing.
So that was pretty awesome, Sanders Dwarf. Thank you for pointing that out. And I commented back and forth. He said, I was like, who is that? He didn't say who it was, but he said one of them was pretty big, like 300,000 subscribers, and somebody else like 60,000 subscribers. I'm like, oh, look at that!
They're watching us.
They're copying us little 8,500 subscribers.
But they're watching us.
That's true. There are actually large channels
see you.
who watch our channel.
Right, which is cool.
It never occurred to me that people like us.
Well, then everybody who's faithfully watching us are like, wow,
what
thanks.
are we, chopped liver?
Well, thanks.
Oh man, I didn't mean it like that. That's not how I meant it.
Yeah, that's just a guy thing to say.
Guys are just... we speak before we think. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for comment of the day, Sanders Dwarf. Very first comment of the day.
Yes.
How about? We're starting a new thing. We'll see what happens, how long it lasts.
Yes.
Next question. Steven Sharf. Hello from Salem, Oregon. How are you two doing? Crap. I mean, sorry, Steven. Just fun guitar.
I was like...
Sorry, Steven.
Yes.
I cut in line. Just fun guitar with the next question. See,
yes.
Now y'all know Steven has a question too. But just fun guitar. New question. Does any food outlet in your town sell cactus soup? Have you ever done martial arts? All right, so we were talking last week about Cactus in Texas because Just Fun Guitar is in the England Shire.
You always say that.
The England Shire. You like that? England Shire. No. The United Kingdom Shire is where Chris, Just Fun Guitar, is.
Yes.
So he always has wonderful Texas questions. We appreciate that.
I love it.
I
look forward to them.
Yeah. They bought a beanie.
They did.
Yeah. Just Fun Guitar purchased a beanie all the way from England. We shipped it.
Yes.
And stuff.
Theirs were very specific.
Very
unique.
Yeah. You're not going to recreate those. Those would be more than $35. Anyways, all right. Does any outlet... Cactus. We talked about cactus soup. Does anybody around here sell cactus soup, Angela?
Not that I know of, but I have to look at our...
Schlotzsky's got some cactus soup?
No.
No?
I would like to see if the taco shack that we have here does, because they do street tacos and they do authentic cuisine. So
cuisine.
Yeah.
Authentic Latino cuisine.
So
who's that?
This is Amanda.
Who it is? Oh, it's your sister.
So I don't know, but I have not heard of anyone who sells cactus soup. More than likely, you'd have to go to a way bigger city to get anything specific like that.
Yeah. I don't even know anybody who makes it.
Authentic, ethnic, Do
people actually eat cactus soup?
Yeah. There's lots of people who eat cactus.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. That's fine.
Yes. And have you ever done martial arts?
Well,
everybody's kung fu fighting.
Everybody's kung fu fighting. I am more of a street fighter than a martial artist. Actually, I think I might have invented jiu-jitsu.
Invented it. Yes.
Yeah.
The 1,000-year-old. Oh.
It's not 1,000-year-old.
Okay.
It's like a pretty modern martial art. It's been around for that long.
Yes.
But I was just telling my sons that we were talking about fighting the other day and like how. Yeah. Well, our oldest son, it's just crazy because he's like 6'7", like
or more.
Yeah, he's like huge. He used to get picked on a lot in kindergarten, in first grade and second grade, and he's like this much. He's like a foot taller than the other kindergartners.
He's a foot taller than everybody.
He's still a foot taller than everyone, but he got picked on, and we were like, son, you just push him down. It's like you just have to go, ugh.
Right.
Just do this, and they'll fall down. He's like, but I didn't want to hurt him, Dad. I'm like,
yeah, he never wanted to hurt
You got
anybody.
3 other little fart knocker kindergartners punching you,
right?
And you didn't want to hurt them,
right? Because in his mind, he was like, I could take it. So he took martial arts.
He did, actually. He did karate.
Yes, when we lived
in Tulsa.
5, 6, 6 and 7, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that. I said, well, son, I never had to get in that many fights when I was young. Usually what happens is when somebody would come at me, I would grapple them. Because I was big enough and strong enough to restrain them.
Right.
Usually grab them and hold them where they couldn't move and they couldn't swing. And then I'd throw them on the ground and kind of lay on top of them and hold them down. And they're like, get off me, man. I'm like, you're trying to punch me in the face. Are you going to stop? And I'm like, I just hold them until they, I'm like, you done?
Right.
Because they were at my mercy. And like, they couldn't do anything. And they finally figured out, like, I can't move. He's got me. He can do anything he wants to me right now. And that's probably not good.
Right.
And they finally like, get up. Because I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to hurt anybody.
Right.
I kind of like Nicholas. I was a big sweetheart.
Yeah.
Except when people try to come at me, I came at them.
Yeah, I was not that person.
And so that was always my move. And this is like in the 80s. Subdue them, get them in basically a grapple type hold, and then get them to calm down.
Late
80s. Mid 80s. 87, I was doing jiu-jitsu. I didn't even know it. Man, somebody owes me money. But that was the extent of my fighting. And then, like, I never did. Like, we didn't have karate in Canton, Texas in the 80s. Like, that wasn't really
we have a jiu-jitsu place here, don't we?
There was one. There was briefly a jiu-jitsu place here. It's a small town. So, like, karate dojos and taekwondo is a big... But
it doesn't
small towns,
Unfortunately,
no.
They have to pay the bills.
So I never did real martial arts. I just created my own Texas martial arts.
I just punched
choke them and fall on them.
I just punched people in the face. That's all I did.
Angela actually did study some martial arts.
I did.
And I do have a video clip of her doing some martial arts that I will put up right now.
Yep.
So that's, I mean, she is pretty brutal. Like, she took it a lot more serious than I did.
You know, you got to do what you got to do.
You know, it's them or you.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on your whole tribe.
Yes. But when I was a kid, like, I never even thought, even after watching The Karate Kid, I never thought that I could do something like that. I thought that that was like a special Jedi powers. Well, no, not a Jedi powers. No, I did not go there. You big dark. I just thought like you had to, have special talent to do something like that, or special mindset. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I never really thought, I can do that. Can someone sign me up? I didn't think that that was a real thing. Or I thought that it only existed on the West Coast, like in California.
West Coast chopper karates.
So I never really thought about it. If I knew we had a martial arts studio in my hometown, because I'm not from this town, he is, but just 30 minutes southwest from here.
You from the South Town, girl?
South Town. Then I would have probably, because I was a scrapper. Like, I didn't take lip.
You punched some people in the face.
I didn't take lip from anybody. Like, I still don't. Honestly,
more of a street brawler.
Yeah, well, I was a finisher, and everybody knew that. So whenever they needed something to be finished, a bully or an argument or whatever, they always came to me. Because I knew that I could be very diplomatic, but if it got out of hand, I could
pop you in the eye.
Finish it. Yeah.
But your dad also taught you how to fight.
Yes, he did.
Here's how you punch a sucker.
I was probably 6,
here's how you punch a fool.
I mean, I remember, I'm thinking of the house we lived in. So I was probably about 6 years old. And that meant my oldest sister was 11. So they were like almost junior high age. So they were needing to learn how to fight. So he just lined us all up. He was like, okay, this is how you throw a punch. This is where you aim. This is how you hold your thumb. Don't fist with your thumb. He taught us all, this is how you stand. You follow through and all this stuff. Like, I was 6. But when you have all girls, that's just something that your father instincts kind of set in, and he's like, okay, I guess I need to teach these girls how to fight.
Because you're going to have to.
Yeah. I mean, we had neighborhood girls that would try to scrap with my older sisters. And they were only like 10 and 11, 9, 10, and 11 at that time.
Yeah.
But no martial arts in our family, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It would have been cool, though.
It would have been cool. Like, I don't really want to do it now because, like, I have back issues and.
I think I would like to do it now.
I would
only
like
because I'm very agile.
I would like to. But I'm kind of concerned. I'm like, man, I've already messed up my back.
Like I could still do high kicks. I did high kicks in the living room the other day.
And I wasn't
like
there
really,
to see, like really
great.
Kicks?
Yeah, like really. I mean, not like cardette high kicks where you have to hit your brim of your hat, but they were at least like right there.
Oh,
like
nice. The yoga.
I was so proud of myself. I was like, and I went like around the world and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in my dance days. So.
We do have like a heavy boxing bag in the garage, like a 100-pound bag, and we got some gloves. And
well, I did kickboxing.
For
like a hot minute.
Martial arts. I mean, Kickboxer, it was a movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme is a kickboxer.
But it was like mixed martial arts.
It's kickboxing.
Yeah.
That's a real martial arts.
Okay.
Taiwan kickboxing. There you go. She's had kickboxing training.
Yeah, I forget about that because it was like really for a hot minute. Maybe like
couple
3 months, maybe.
That's enough to punch somebody.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a long time on martial arts.
It was.
In my own dojo.
We do know how to shoot, though.
Yeah.
So sometimes...
I mean, if all else fails. And I'm sure if anybody if our boys wanted to, they could probably knock somebody clean out.
Oh, man.
Especially Aiden.
He's a friggin' tank.
That kid he's a big kid.
Yeah.
I was
15.
looking at him the other day. I was like, good Lord, when did my baby become this wall? Just like his shoulders are like literally like this. Like they're like broad. He is a broad kid and just.
I have a new student who just started. I was like, how old are you? And he's like, 15, play football. And I was like, 15. I was like, huh, all right. And he was kind of like, stocky. He was like, how tall are you? He was like, I'm 5'9". I'm like, oh, cool. My 15-year-old's like 6'4".
Yeah.
And like 260s.
Yeah.
I'm like, if he was public schooling, they'd be like, you're playing football.
Yes. You're gonna Texas? Yeah. And both the boys were always like, no, I don't want to be in public school because they knew they would have to play like they would be hated by everybody if they weren't in sports.
Yeah. If you're 6'5" and a sophomore and you don't play basketball, the coaches hate you.
Yes.
Why aren't you
playing? I remember as a girl, as a black girl in a very white school, being my height at 5'7" in the 6th grade. And that's really tall for a girl.
In 6th grade.
In 6th grade. Now I'm average, but in 6th
5'8".
grade, they were like, holy moly, this girl's like all arms and legs. And they were like, I mean, as soon as I came back from my 7th grade year, they were looking at me like, you're playing basketball. And of course I was like, I like track. Because I wanted to be the next Flojo or Jackie Joyner Kersey, if you know. I just dated myself, but those were the women in track and field in the Olympics. They were the women. So, but yeah, so I get it. Whenever coaches look at you like, oh yeah, you're going to get us a state. You're going to get us to state, girl. And I played basketball, but I was just not good at it at all.
Kind of thing. I was a big kid, and they could have played football. Like, nah, I'm gonna play the drums. Drums are way cooler.
Sing.
And like, I already have knee problems and back problems. If I had played football, I'd probably be incapacitated right now. But.
Yeah, and then I was in dance, and that's how we met. So, c'est la vie.
Thanks for the question, Just Fine Guitar. Next question, Steven Sharp. Finally, okay, we're just taking forever. I was like, maybe I only got a couple questions. It's quick and easy. Not so much. Hello from Salem, Oregon. How are you two doing? Pretty good.
We're doing great.
Hashtag swaggity swag and all that good stuff. Ryan, have you checked out the new Schecter and ESP guitars for 2021? Mm-hmm. If you did, what are your thoughts on the new colors and options? Angela, I hope all is good with you. Have you acquired any new ukuleles or personal music equipment? Angela. P.S. Just shave the sides of your beard and grow a nice long goatee like Scotty and Dimebag did. We talked about beards last week.
Yes.
Angela does not like the mega goatee.
Nope.
Like completely shaved mega goatee.
No.
Just look right here.
Oh yes. It's bad enough that people think he's a white supremacist. And he's Texas. It'd be different if we lived in like Detroit or we lived in LA or we lived in, somewhere where it's big metropolis, multicultural area, but we live in Redneckville, East Texas.
Your redneck is showing.
Yes. Having that here is a whole nother thing. Then, I mean, the Duck Dynasty look people can kind of be like,
oh,
okay,
you like to hunt ducks.
He must be a Duck Dynasty fan.
Or you like hunting.
Or they think ZZ Top. Those are the two Texas things. The two, of course, Duck Dynasty is in Texas, but they're Louisiana.
But it's close to Texas.
Well,
not that far.
But yeah, new. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. Have I checked out the new Schecter ESP? I have looked at the ESP guitars, and of course I've seen a couple of videos come out. Several other YouTube guitarists have talked about them. The ones that always catch my eye is they have a couple of new EC1000Ts. Oh, which I have one. What? This isn't a new one. This is like 2013. Good Lord, it's been out for a while. A hot minute. Which is the 1000T is their traditional.
Why did you peel?
No, don't peel it off.
Okay.
You leave the plastic on. I'm going to tape it back down.
Don't do that.
You never peel off the plastic. You just leave it there.
Okay.
That's how the Italians do it.
Okay.
So the T series of the Eclipses, it's full fat, like Les Paul thickness, basically. Like this is like a 1970s Les Paul custom. You know, the swoopy horn is a little bit different, but other than that, it's basically a full fat thickness, which I like. I prefer this over the skinnier, thinner body ones. So the 1000T, they have a couple that just came out that I really like the colors, kind of a sunbursty one, and those caught my eye. The T's, the 1000T. From ESP, and now I think they all have stainless steel frets now, which is pretty rad. These are just nickel frets. Yeah. The stainless steel will never wear out. You never have to refret it, and so that's kind of a cool thing. So of the ESPs or LTDs or EST LTDs, those are the ones I'm kind of like, that's pretty rad. I would probably play that.
Nice.
With Schecter, okay. Schecter, y'all are gonna love me and hate me for this. This is the thing. Everybody's complaining right now, like, well, when's Schecter gonna show some pictures? Like Jackson and PRS just did a big thing showing all their 2021 stuff. ESP LTD, they've had every other company's had like, here's our stuff. Here's 2021. Schecter, nothing.
Not so much.
Not so much. And I was looking through my emails today. I'm like, oh wait, didn't I get an email from my sales rep, my Schecter sales rep? I was going to say something.
I know. I was about to say, what? All right. We shut your mouth. PG-13
Shut your mouth. And I was like, oh, let me go look at that email. And I'm scrolling through it. I'm like, oh, wait. Oh.
Hey.
Sweet. Here is a bunch of 2021 stuff from Schecter. I was like, oh, yeah, let me go. But there's all these spreadsheets and a bajillion folders and zip files. I'm like, good God, you guys. Could you make this a little bit easier for me to sift through it? And as I was sifting through it, I was like, yeah. All right, cool, here it is. I was like, how come I haven't seen this? I even went to Schecter's website. Like, you go to ESP's website, it says, new for 2021. You click on the link, they show you all the stuff. Schecter's, it's like, 2020. It's nothing. I'm like, well, what is up? And so I thought, you know what? I can talk about this because the email didn't say anything about, oh, by the way, don't share this until whatever. They said, here's all the stuff. So I was like, but how come I haven't seen it? So real quick, before we shot this, I emailed my guy. I'm like, hey, can I talk about this on social media? And he's like, He sent me an email real quick.
I said, don't you dare until you hear a word.
You did say that.
Yes, I did, because I know.
You did say that. You're like, don't do it, because, you know. Yeah. So I did. Then I emailed him like, hey, am I allowed to talk about this? He's like, here's the list. Like, there's a calendar of like, okay, on this day is when you can talk about this.
Yes.
On this day is when you can talk about this.
And we'll let you know when that is.
Yeah.
when we're released, when the Kraken is released, you will find out.
Well, you probably will see it on. It'll be
their thing.
Yeah, we'll be in the middle of working.
Yeah.
In like a normal day, and they'll have it all out there. So there is stuff that I can't talk about, which kind of sucks for you guys. You know, like, why even tell me? But what I was going to say before that. And I emailed him back. I'm like, well, good to know, bro, because I was about to talk about it on our weekly FAQ Ask RNA show that a couple hundred people watch. A couple of hundred people out of the billions on this planet watch.
Right.
So, but there's even on the schedule he sent me of like, okay, on this date you can talk about this, on this date you can talk about this, on this date you can talk about this guitar. Mm-hmm. A bunch of the stuff that I saw today wasn't even on that. I'm like, oh man, they must be doing that later in the year. And that is the point I wanted to bring up, was like last year. See, everybody else goes, poof, there's the stuff. There it is, great. All of our crap for 2021. Usually in December of the year before.
Yeah, that's usually. Yeah,
now, what Schecter has done like this past year for 2020, and I think even in 19, is they kind of released models throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like everyone else kind of, there's a lot of stuff. There it is. Mm-hmm. Now, nothing new until next January.
Right.
Schecter, like, they'll release a few models January, February, March. Then they have like, hey, we just came out with a new model in December or in summertime. Like, oh, look at this new thing. It just so they sort of trickle out the new models throughout the year.
Right.
Which is an interesting strategy. Mm-hmm. Because right now everybody's talking about what's Schecter doing. Everybody else has done it. What's Schecter doing? What's Schecter doing?
Right.
Which actually is kind of not bad. Because like, all right, we've already seen PRS's new stuff.
Right.
We've already seen ESP stuff. Now we're like, well, what's Schecter doing? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what Fender's doing? Fender's got 2,000 more different strats coming out.
Right.
New colors, strats. But now we're all like, what's Schecter going to do? What's Schecter going to do?
Well, they'll find out.
Yeah. I can't tell you.
We said all of that to say, I can't tell you.
I will tell you this. There's the sort of the newest thing that came out is the purple Telecaster, the PT, Purple Burst. You can't get them anywhere. They're freaking sold out now. Mm-hmm. Somebody came in. Hey,
PS5.
Yeah, somebody came in and were like, hey, you'll get that. Can you I want to see if you had that purple. I'm like, dude, no, we don't. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, we can't get one anywhere. I'm like, yeah, because they're super hot. They're beautiful. They're affordable, like $5.99, which is killer price. Mm-hmm. Anyways, if you liked that Purple Burst PT, if you like that,
yeah,
you're probably gonna like some of the other stuff that's coming. I'm afraid. I don't even know. They might kick me out of being a Schecter dealer if I say anything.
Well then be quiet. My goodness.
But that one's the Purple Burst that's already out. If you think that's awesome. More things are going to be awesome. All right. There were a couple of signatures that I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool.
All right. You're gonna slip.
Tease everybody.
You're gonna slip
I'm not going to say nothing.
And say something you're not supposed to. You're going to have to edit it out. So just reel it in.
Okay.
Just reel it in.
Unfortunately, there are no solo sixes in the lineup. That's not a tease.
It doesn't matter.
It's not a tease.
Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. Next question. Thank you, Stephen Sharp, for the question.
Thank you, Stephen. Have you acquired a new ukulele as a personal music equipment?
No. I got a guitar back in October.
Yeah.
I did. No ukuleles. I haven't got a new ukulele in 3 years.
You got an actual acoustic guitar.
Yes.
We never did an unboxing for that.
We did not. No.
We should do that.
Yeah, you should do that.
We're not a dealer for that brand, but that's okay.
No, we are not. It's a Yamaha, and it's beautiful. It plays really well. I've enjoyed it. Even the students who play it find it easy to play. It's not really a big body or very thick.
It's not skinny though.
No, it's not, but it's still not awkward. For some reason, it doesn't feel awkward like some of the other kids. They have that really big body. So, anyways, I've enjoyed it. I need new strings, by the way.
I have some.
Just FYI.
I can make that happen.
Yes.
That's doable. I know a guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys would like to see a video of Angela's new Yamaha guitar, maybe we can do a demo of that, and maybe, I don't know, Yamaha.
Maybe I can just play and sing. And
yeah, you should.
I should do that. Find a song.
No, don't play Led Zeppelin. You'll get demonetized.
Yeah.
It'll get blocked. It won't even go out. You
Right.
won't be able to watch it.
I don't know how to play Led Zeppelin, so that's not a problem.
That's all right. Well, this leads us into our next question. Thank you, Stephen.
Yes.
Thank you. Walking Dead 1369 hashtag get the lead out. Angela, if you were to cover any Soundgarden song, what would you choose?
Oh gosh, Walking Dead. I don't know Soundgarden songs that come to mind.
Black Hole Sign.
I don't know that. I didn't listen to Soundgarden. Most of my friends did not listen to Soundgarden that I know of.
You had the wrong friends, baby.
If I knew a song, I would be like, oh, okay. That's how. But I was, my song list. When I list songs, who do I talk about? Like
Metallica?
No.
Megadeth?
No, I didn't listen to that at all until
Guns
I met
N'
you.
Roses? Oh, that's my list. Sorry.
Yes. Yes, you. So, no. I don't even, like off the top of my head, even if I think about what a Soundgarden song is, I'd be like, I don't know.
One of my favorites that I would love to see her do is actually not a Soundgarden song. Mm-hmm. It's Temple of the Dog, which is a little thing that he did with Chris Cornell from Soundgarden and Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. They had Hunger Strike, it's a song, I don't mind stealing bread. Anyways, that was Hunger Strike from Temple of the Dog.
Okay.
That's a cool one. I'm going to play it for you later.
Okay.
You're going to be like, oh, yeah, I heard this. Yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I probably more than likely have heard tons of their songs. I just don't know that if I couldn't tell you, oh, I love that Soundgarden song. Most songs from that genre, bands from that genre, if you played it, I would probably say a blanketed name. Like, is that, unless I really, really heard them played over and over again, or, or had watched their music video or something like that.
Okay. We're going to pause this for you guys all get to listen because we'll get demonetized.
3 weeks later.
Because he does the verse again, but he does it up an octave.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell does. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
Anyways, that's one of my favorites. Not even Soundgarden. That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help you very much.
I'm going to pick a Soundgarden song.
Yeah, because Brian loves Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of his favorite 90s grungy bands.
Yeah.
I know
They're
that
good.
Much. But he never plays them to the point where I will be like, oh yeah, that's the song we played when we were first married. You never played them. It was literally, I got like brought into it with, what was it? You had a t-shirt of them. I think it was from a concert you went to. I can't remember it now. But you played a few, you're like, you never heard of this band? I was like, have you met my parents? Like, no. Of course. Sepultura.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes.
That's a far cry from Soundgarden.
Yeah. But he had the Sepultura shirt. Oh, yeah. And he wore it all the time.
I liked it. I love
that shirt. Because it was a really cool shirt, honestly. It was a pretty cool shirt.
Dark green and yellow. It was cool.
And,
I don't know what happened to it.
So, yeah. So, whenever I got my music taste, like, completely flipped, there was only certain songs, like, a lot of Metallica, some Megadeth, not a lot, really.
Not as much as Metallica.
And definitely a lot of Pantera.
Yeah. A fair bit.
So, those, and then along the lines when we would be listening to the Eagle, you're like, what do you mean you have never heard this song? I'm like, have you met my parents?
Yes. What's funny is
I feel like I'm repeating. Is this Groundhog Day? Like, seriously, have you met my parents?
What's crazy though is like our children are like you in this respect because like even Paul will be over or something, but everybody's like, Nicholas never heard this song. I'm like, yeah. Because it's not Metallica. He's like, Nicholas doesn't know who Soundgarden is. I was like, yeah, well, they're not Metallica.
But now he's starting to go through like our old music list that he's seen through other things, especially Ryan's. I should say Ryan's.
He's a rocker.
And he just loves that sound. So
he'll be in the
shower, he'll be in his room making models and stuff, and he'll have it blaring out in his earbuds. And
yeah, but he's still fairly ignorant of a lot of the 80s and 90s.
Aiden's more like how you were with classical music. He loves arrangements.
Yeah.
That have really great, mellow, soothing. He loves that kind of stuff.
I did too.
Yeah.
But one day the rock won out, so.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. We should pick a Soundgarden song and see if we can cover an arrangement of it. I don't know if they would sue us or not, but we'll see.
Well,
maybe not.
They wouldn't probably demonetize us. I'm sure we'll be like, we don't own the rights to this music.
That'd be fun. We should do that. All right, next question. Thank you, Walking Dead. Terry Starks, #the ocean. Get the lead out. KTMA. Hey, I love y'all, as you know. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do, Terry. Thank you so much. Angela, how is the sweet and sour sniffles making you do things differently with your singing lessons? What about concerts outside on the square?
Yeah.
The super secret cold that's been going around.
Yeah.
Is it making you do things
Triple
differently?
S. No, not really. I would say we've taken it easy for a lot of the singers because they, just to keep their immunity at a right, because sometimes even if you overdo it, attacks your voice, you're susceptible for infection. And if you are around anybody who has the sweet and sour sniffles,
or even just a common cold,
or even strep or stuff like that, we try to, if they're like, I'm having some drainage today because it's Texas and we have a lot of ragweed, that I'm like, okay, well, we'll do
30 degrees one day and 70
the next, like all the time.
Literally 30 degrees to 70 degrees.
Yes, that is a constant
in
our winter. I'll say, okay, well, we'll just do vocal exercises, and sometimes we'll like sing, like just sing at your normal talking range. Don't project too much, or especially when they're still learning not to rely on the front of their throat whenever they're singing. So we do a little bit of that. I definitely have the singers when the kids are playing guitar, they're usually facing their stand, and I'm over quite a bit from them. Ukulele players, piano players, a little bit closer, but not so much. Vocalists, because they're projecting their breath and stuff like that, I usually have them stand quite a bit further away from me and
not face directly at me
and further away. So that takes it down. So I changed some things, tweaked a little bit of things when it comes to the drainage and altering the way they sing like that. That's what I've done. Anytime they come in and say I've been fighting a cold, then I do that anyways, because I'm like, okay, well, we don't want to make it worse by causing abrasions or anything like that, because they're learning how to sing properly, so their technique is not going to be there, and you don't want to add to their pain and cause something else to rise up. So yeah, that's about it. What about concerts outside? We haven't since the early fall.
Was that when that was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was right whenever the farmer's market was closing down. We performed right before that for
there were a lot of people at that.
The fall thing. We need to plan better for next year. It was a lot of fun, and everybody loved us. We started off, like, a bunch of people were coming in and out, and it was literally like typical Americana outside bazaar. It was like it was almost like very picturesque how many people were walking around with balloons and popcorn and cotton candy, and it just was it was really cool. Our town, I was actually amazed how awesome it was.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It was awkward where we had to set up and how we had to set up. That was very frustrating. But all in all, because we have such amazing parents and friends that actually saw, like me, Ryan was on one end and I was on the other. We were trying to get to each other.
Because we couldn't park next to the stage.
No, because they had booths and artisans that were in the street. So, and there was tons of people. Like, I've never seen.
There was a lot. This was right after kind of a lot of the lockdown restrictions were kind of lifted.
Especially in Texas, because there was a lot of fighting.
They kind of like eased up on that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think because everybody had been so cooped up inside, they're like, all right, let's go.
They were like,
we are out.
They were like
door,
caged
y'all.
Chickens or like little puppies coming out. They were like our dogs.
I honestly was pretty shocked with how many people were there and how crowded it was.
It was crowded.
Like, all right, y'all.
But before we started playing, there might have been maybe like 10 people out in the courtyard. Because we have this thing called a pocket park, and you might see in other videos us showing that or featuring that. But then when we started playing, and it was just like I started with my vocalists, mm-hmm. and then the ukulele kids and guitar kids, and then our band kids. Of course, we only did 2 songs.
Yeah.
Because our time was almost up, and we're like, we still have to unload. And the next act was a pageant. Yeah. It was a pageant for one of our local stores. A fashion show for a local store was right after us, and so we're trying to get through all these singers, but everybody's like, y'all are leaving now? Like we just got And y'all can do this?
Y'all just played
like
some
these,
Metallica?
Y'all just left with some Iron Man.
Oh, yeah. Iron Man.
And we did Iron Man and...
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls. And people were like, what? Because you know in the beginning of For Whom the Bell Tolls, you had that... And it's just like, people were like... Literally, everybody was stopping and like... What is happening? And most, if you didn't notice it, did you notice?
I was busy playing with the kids.
Yeah, he interacts with the kids that are playing and making them smile and keeping them easy because, you know, it was a lot. There was a lot of people there.
It was a lot.
A lot of people. And when the band started playing, because our bands, the way Ryan, because Ryan's amazing at teaching these kids how to be a band, whenever they perform, everybody looks forward to that every single stinking time. I mean, the cute ukulele kids and the guitar players, everybody loves that as precious, and they do such an amazing job. And we're always so proud of our kids, but all the kids look forward to becoming a band member. They were like, so when do I get to play in a band? You know, so to be able to feature that in our town and see all of our town people go, what in the world is happening? Like, these are children playing like a record. They sound like the album, you know. Iron
Man was pretty good.
Yeah, Iron Man was pretty good. For Whom the Bell Tolls was...
It was pretty good too. Like,
epic.
it sounds like that's
It sounds like the album. I mean, there's a little, you know...
they were killing it though. I mean, the kids, they do so good.
It was really cool to watch that many people stop in their tracks and just kind of like everybody, because I was watching them because it's a long intro.
Yeah.
For whom the
Well, because normally, like downtown, there's a musician at the farmer's market, like what we done or whatever. It's like
singing all
it's like
my exes live in Texas.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon. It's just like an acoustic guitar. Yeah. And before us, there was a dude up there like playing acoustic guitar and singing. Mm-hmm. Like that was it.
Yeah.
That's the norm.
That is the norm.
Not friggin' Black Sabbath coming out and be like,
yeah, we're about to rock your faces off farmer's market.
Thank you, Canton, Texas. Good night. God.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. We are a little bit different.
It is. We're, you know, a family, and when people see it, they can tell it that we almost have our own RNA music clique. Because we have this little posse of family members, and then once we were all done, like all the parents came like and converged on us and started helping us grab equipment and taking it over to the truck, and it was just it was awesome. But yeah, we do get chances to perform out.
We have a recital coming up.
Yeah,
like in about a week. We're doing a recital, which we usually do 2 a year. Mm-hmm. Usually, like, and we rent a building. It's a church here in town, which is kind of a rock and roll church, but and they have a killer sound system and the stage and the PA and the lights, and it's like it's the perfect venue
for what we do.
For us to do what we do. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was burping.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you know?
But I don't do like Ola. Ola's like.
That was a dramatic emphasis.
Emphasis. But this time, we normally pack out our recitals. We were just telling the kids today, is like, listen, because normally like 150, 200 people show up, and it's packed out in the venue that we use. This time, we're still gonna use the venue because they have the lights and the sound system for the band stuff and the stage and everything, but we're gonna have each kid come in sort of like one at a time, or
with their families.
Yeah, and we're gonna film it. We're gonna, with probably multiple cameras, we'll like film the recital. It'll be like a digital thing.
Yes.
Because there's no way we could bring in 150, 200 people into that room that only seats like 200 people.
Right.
Like it's like usually maximum capacity when we do our student concerts. So. And
that won't be. That's not very wise on our. On our part to allow that many people be.
It'd be very tricky. So we are gonna have to make, for the very first time ever, we're gonna have to make some
huge adjustments
for like, now last year we only had one recital, so we didn't even have a second one,
which was this time last year.
Yeah,
we had one.
Exactly a year ago now is when we had our last one. So we had to cancel one because of the lockdown stuff, and this time we're gonna make some concessions, but. That's how it's kind of going now, Terry.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Final question. Because this is way too long.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We like to talk.
But we spent like how long listening to that song, so we're good.
Yeah, we're going to cut that out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Final question. Jeffrey Egan. Here's a question. I was about to say hashtag. Here's a question for you because I can't figure it out. What's the deal with Lindsey, Buckingham, and then Mick Fleetwood selling the rights to their entire catalog of music?
Oh, wow. Especially
now with Fleetwood Mac topping the charts again after decades. Does that make any sense to you? I hadn't even heard this. I don't know. Because I'm not a big Fleetwood Mac fan.
I was never.
Or even a tiny Fleetwood Mac fan. Mm-mm. So I'm assuming, I guess, they sold...
All I know are Stevie Nicks songs.
Stevie Nicks. I mean, I know who they are.
Right.
Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
You know, and Mick Fleetwood. I mean, they're music, like, I know who they are, but I was just never like...
Yeah, my parents didn't listen to Fleetwood Mac. I wasn't exposed
Mine
to
did not either.
Music, like, at all.
So,
Mamas and the Papas, definitely.
But I guess they sold the rights to their catalog.
That's wild.
Which is, I mean, considering they're still alive.
Right.
Not like, Paul McCartney bought freaking Michael Jackson's, like, the catalog of Michael Jackson. I think, is that right? Did Paul McCartney buy it?
Probably, since he helped write a lot of the Thriller album.
Or is that reversed? Did Michael Jackson buy the Beatles? Anyways, why would you sell your entire catalog? Mm-hmm. Well, why would George Lucas sell Star Wars to Disney for $1 bajillion?
Money, please.
Money, please.
Please.
This is the biggest thing just now about, Mesa Boogie selling out to Gibson. Mm-hmm. Well, Randall Smith, the founder of Mesa Boogie, I mean, he's in his 70s.
No,
so he can't. He cannot continue
they are
to
too.
run. Yeah, but no, I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, I'm in my 70s. Who knows how many more years I have left? What are they going to do with the rights to that after they're gone?
Right.
They could be like, you know what? I'll take a couple of bajillion dollars right now
and
go on a swanky vacation.
Well, if they can get it in the hands of somebody they know that will keep the music going and keep the music alive.
That's probably what it is.
Then that's what I would do. It's almost like a time capsule. You're ensuring that, or putting it under insurance policy, where you donate, all your stuff to a trust or whatever that ensures that they will keep the albums going and maybe do like an anniversary, 100 years, which is not that long from now to be.
And it's probably I think it's probably the fact that, let's say, the next 10 years, how much money are they going to make from their catalog? Because they know how much money they've made in the last 10 years.
Right.
They know that. Like, well, the last 10 years we made this much. So the next 10 years we'll probably only make this much. If someone else will give me 10x that amount that I can enjoy, I'm going to make 10x what I would in the next 10 years anyway. And who knows? Like, my dad's like, I'm going to not be around next year. Like, Dad, you could be down another 10 years.
You've been saying that for the last 20 years.
You've been saying that for 10 years, Dad.
How long have we been married? He's been saying that.
Yeah, it could be another 20 years,
silly.
Dad.
No, he's too stubborn. He's going to be like 107. I might die next year. Well,
You've been saying that for 10 years.
You probably say
so. I wouldn't plan on living another 20. And if you don't, whatever.
But things happen, and you never know. And maybe this ensures that.
Now it's probably they sold it before. They had a little resurgence lately because of TikTok. One of their big hits went where, and everybody's like, "What's this band, Fleetwood Mac?" I don't ever heard. And now this whole new
that I don't understand.
Genre,
people saying who is Fleetwood Mac?
New generation of people going like, "Oh, that's pretty great."
It was like, even as a child,
even
though my parents didn't listen to them.
Who's this Paul McCartney doing a thing with Justin Bieber? It's like, oh, Justin Bieber just made this guy's career.
Oh gosh, when I saw it,
please tell me you're not that stupid.
Please tell me you're not that dumb.
Oh, you are.
Oh, your parents are in their 30s.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Don't know who Paul McCartney is.
Lord Jesus.
So, but I imagine they probably sold it before that. They might have thought, well, who knew? But even with this new resurgence of them, how much money are they really getting versus whatever their payout was for selling their catalog? So they probably fine, would be my guess. But
I remember one time talking about people who don't know who Paul McCartney is. So speaking of Michael Jackson, I had a student, I can't remember who, it was a girl. I know that much. It has been years ago. But she was like, have you heard of this artist? I want to sing one of his songs. My mom listens to him. And I think his name is Jordan. I was like, Jordan. She goes, he has this really great song called Billie Jean. And I was like, Michael Jackson? He's just like, yeah, have you heard of him? I was like,
baby girl, please.
What? First of all, you said Jordan. It ain't Michael Jordan.
She was confused.
Michael Jordan put out an album.
She thought he played
basketball. Of course
basketball.
he did. Michael Jordan could do anything. Bo knows Michael Jordan can do anything. But yeah, when she said something like Jordan or Johnson, I think it was Johnson, she said. I was like, what? What are you saying? I was like, Johnson, like Jack Johnson? Like, I'm trying to think of a Johnson that her mom would like. Like, I don't know.
Clearly they need music appreciation classes in elementary school nowadays.
Yes.
Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, they need. I'm like, have y'all not done a TikTok to Thriller? You don't know who Michael Jackson is. What's the real question is, do you know who Miss Jackson is?
I do.
Yes.
I'm kind of nasty, though, so.
Anyways.
And that was the final question.
Yay!
I don't know. It's for the money.
Did it all
Probably.
for the money. The money.
So you can take that money and give me some more money. The question is, do they know who Limp Bizkit is?
There you go.
Laugh, Limp Bizkit.
Yes. I need that shirt.
I need that framed on our wall in the house. That would be funny. Because it's my way.
Yes. Yeah. Now, that is one group, because it's not a band.
Yeah, they're a band.
I mean, you know, he has a band. So that we had in common that we actually both, they were like, how did you listen to Limp Bizkit but not Soundgarden?
Yeah.
Because I was a dancer.
Yeah, you can't dance to Soundgarden, but you can dance to Limp Bizkit.
I mean, you can, but it would be very interpretational.
You see them dancers in the Limp Bizkit videos? They had girls dancing.
They did.
Soundgarden didn't have dancers.
We would have, not that we could do it like in school performances because we couldn't dance to anything that had inappropriate language in it.
Did Limp Bizkit have inappropriate language?
No, not really.
I always listen to the radio edit version.
It's like listening to Eminem. But we would, in our dance studio at the high school, we would play.
Oh, in high school?
Yeah.
Y'all were dancing to Limp Bizkit. Mm-hmm. I thought you were talking about college.
Yeah, no.
Man, what kind of high school did you go to, girl? Shoot. Athens.
Yeah, no, this was an after hours thing. We would work out and we would put on our tape player. And
they had CDs back then.
Yeah, but we had tape player.
We had a tape player. And then somebody had a Limp Bizkit cassette tape.
Something, I don't know. It wasn't mine. I was not allowed to own stuff like that.
Right.
My first album to ever buy was the soundtrack to Aladdin. Yeah. With my own money. I bought the soundtrack to Aladdin. And
New World.
I wore that thing out. I did. Had it all memorized in a day.
I know. You still have it memorized.
I still have it memorized. Yes. Every Disney song I have memorized.
All right. That was the final question.
Yay!
Thank you guys so much. If you watched this entire video.
Good for you. Good on you, mate.
Y'all are amazing. Mm-hmm. We have a little game we like to play. We talked about it at the beginning, where it's called Secret Hashtag of the Day. If you watch this entire thing, do you have one?
Do I have one?
Because there were a couple that popped up in my mind, and then I forgot them.
Oh.
Because we started talking about stuff. One was hashtag occasionally.
Occasionally. Okay. Ooh, that's a long.
It is a long one.
But it's still funny. I like it.
Or Fight Club.
Why Fight Club? Oh, because of the, you know.
We don't talk about Fight Club. Because we talked about fighting earlier.
Yes.
Which one do you want? So secret hashtag of the day is hashtag occasionally. And we'll know that you watched this entire video.
Put it above our heads?
I will.
So
I always do.
Actually spell it?
I always put it out there
okay.
so they know how to spell it.
Okay.
You don't ever watch the videos to the end, huh? I guess
nope.
you've never seen. I
lived it.
You never watched the entire Ask RNA videos.
I will start putting it on my rotation.
Yeah, I see each one of these videos minimum of like 3 times.
I don't like looking at myself.
I like looking at you.
I really don't.
I really like looking at you. I don't know if I like looking at me. Although I am ruggedly handsome.
I'm always like, oh, Angela, you didn't wear makeup. Oh my gosh, I can see the dark circles in your eyes. Oh Lord, your hair is so big. Oh. I know I shouldn't. I know. No. But that's just life.
You're amazing. All right. And we'll know that you guys watched the whole thing. If you have a question for next week, please leave it down below. And a comment. Maybe your comment will make it into the comment of the day.
Nothing vulgar.
Nothing vulgar. Definitely not going to make it into comment of the day. If it's nasty,
we're a family shop.
It's not going to be a comment of the day if it's nasty.
You'll have to remember, and I know some of y'all probably noticed this, but our kiddos actually watch our videos that come here. And if, you know, we would like for it to stay as clean as possible. So, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. But you might get comment of the day. Who knows?
Yes, you might get comment of the day.
Let us know if you like that idea. Right. And we'll see you on the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music, you know?
Yeah, you really do. And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
Occasionally.
I really should get an Acacia guitar since we are an Acacia guitarist dealer.
Yes. We should make an occasionally shirt and send it to the guys.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm. With the hashtag.
Wonder what size we need.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Mm-hmm. Do you shred? Occasionally.
Yes. That would be fun. You put like, do you shred? And on the back say hashtag occasionally.
Occasionally I do. I never shred. But occasionally. Actually, occasionally I do shred. It is true. All right. See you guys next video.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. My way or the highway.
Right. Here, feel like ripping someone's head off. You do feel like that sometimes.
That's what I listen to when I go running.
Yeah. And before you rip someone's head off.
Yes.
I pack a chainsaw.